One. Ben and Davison here with another Euro Hoop Life podcast. We're just talking with Jay Warren specifically about Argentina. Jay, how's it going today?
What's going on, Ben? How you doing, my man? Appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, I'm just wanting to get you on. I know where you're at now with this quarantine. Everybody's at their home sitting in front of the computer. So just wanted to kind of see. Tell me about the team in Argentina. What was the city like? What was it like? Like, what were your expectations when things went when you were going down there? Give me the insight on Argentina.
What Argentina is, it's a great league. I really love that league. It's very, very, very competitive. When I got there, my first time, so I played there three times. But when I got there to this specific team, I had no idea what I was going into because in the main city they had a few teams, but the city I was going to they had two teams, but the city was I think 50,000 people or 100,000 people. So it was a really, really small. So I had, my expectations, I don't want to say they were high. I really didn't have any. When I got there, they treated me, really, really well. They welcomed me, and they even at the time I had my girlfriend. They brought my girlfriend down with me and everything. So it was, they were, very welcome, very welcoming. They treated me, with obviously respect and stuff like that. And then, once I start performing, then their expectations changed.
And now, did they put you up did they give you a car, an apartment? How did that whole living situation down? Like, what would a player expect once they got down there? And what was the team name again?
So it's Argentina Junin. They put me up in a apartment / house, I guess condo type deal. I didn't get a car there, but they did give me a driver. So when I need to go, they put my home or my apartment close to the grocery store, so I could basically walk, maybe like 8 blocks max or something like that. But if I needed to get around, they gave me a driver. But if I wanted to do anything extra past their time, then I had to take a taxi. But basically during working hours 9 to 9, I had a driver, and they took care of me. So
okay.
It was
nice. And so you said you were down there with a girlfriend now, or the girlfriend at the time?
My girlfriend at the time. Yeah, we're not together no more, but it was my girlfriend at the time.
So when they were there, do you feel like she was going to be safe and it was a good situation for her to be there, even if if a husband brought his wife and kid down there?
Oh yeah. So that city it wasn't like I said, everybody knew everybody, and then the players knew, the fans when the players came in, basically everybody knew who that player was going to be, and they all knew if they were going to be staying or going. Now I'm about to share a story with you. So it was safe, but the day I went to this is how everybody knew everything. So I had arrived first, and when I arrived, I arrived like a month before she got there. A month later, probably a week before, I was telling her I'm gonna go pick up my girlfriend, and then I was gonna pick her up, and when I picked her up, I came back, and they stole the computer out my house. So it's great. Yeah. So it's that's kind of pro and con. Like they know you're there, but you got to protect yourself at all times.
Yeah. So watch your back. Okay. So once you got settled in, your girl got down there with you. What were the facilities like? You said it was a small town of 100,000 people. Did they have the same practice facility? And is that facility the same place where they play games? Did they give you practice jerseys and shoes and stuff, or do you have to kind of bring some of that stuff? Go over that.
So they gave everything but shoes, and so Argentina, it's not like I guess more like India or whatever. Like you have to bring your shoes because shoes are expensive there because they're importing shoes in South America. They're a little bit more expensive there, so you're better off bringing your own shoes. I don't think they had a budget. That whole league basically didn't have a budget just to get a sponsor or anything like that for shoes. So you did have to bring, about 3 or 4 pairs of shoes for the season. So
typical across the FIBA industry.
Yeah. It's unless you're playing for a legit club that's playing in different leagues, then you're going to have to bring your shoes. So, but yeah, they provide everything. Uniforms, practice stuff, everything but the shoes.
And the facilities were nice?
Yeah, the facility. Well, they were they were manageable. It wasn't the worst place to play in by far, but they took care of it. I would say I played there when I was young, but I would say now that I'm a little bit older, the floor was probably a little bit hard, need to be redone. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't a terrible place. So we basically practiced where we played. There was another gym that we would go off to every now and again where the youth team would practice. So we would go there to practice every now and again. But there was a stadium, basically, I'd say probably like 3 miles or 4 miles from that youth stadium. We would just go, and that's where we would play. So and they would just a stadium there.
Yeah, I remember being down in Venezuela, and some of the gyms they just have domes with little arches in them, and then dragonflies would just be flying through as you're playing. Like, oh, there's a dragonfly. And then you go to another place down in Mexico, and there's like a pig farm right connected right to it, and it just reeks of pig farm. So you never know what you're gonna get down in South America.
There you go. They're that sponsor. That sponsor was a pig farm of that stadium.
Yeah, you always got a fresh bacon and ham hocks wherever you want. Well, let's wrap this up. So, how were the whole finances? You don't have to divulge how much you were making, that type of stuff. You can give like maybe a ballpark. But was there any instability in the payments? Were they ever late? Were they always on time? And did they end up paying you everything?
So and I never had any problems with payments. If they were late, they were maybe a day or two late. So it was never like weeks or months at a time. They were pretty consistent with payment. It was
never an issue.
Yeah, it was basically always on time. Argentina, like I know, during this quarantine time, everybody being shipped back home. Like I've heard on the street that finances from clubs and stuff like that have went down maybe. I would say between $5 and $8 grand or something like that a month. I don't know, something like that. But at the time, this was I guess early 2000, or I guess late 2010 or something like that, 9 or 10, something like that. So about 10, 12 years ago, something like that. You could get paid more than that. But like right now, I think it's it's not. With the economy and everything, it's not like it used to be.
Well, sometimes you'd rather make less money and know you're going to get it than being offered more and then having to scrape around and sit there and have to sit out of practice and stuff like you can sometimes in Greece, Turkey, Southern Italy, things like that.
Yeah, and also like and your dollar is holds more weight there too. So at the time, it was $1 to like 4 Argentina pesos or something like that. So if you're making 5 figures, you're doing really well. Even if you're making $5 grand, you're doing really well because you're so you can basically save your money, and then spend basically on entertainment because they basically pay for everything except entertainment. So you can, as long as you're good with your money, you can stack your money, you're good.
So what would be the last, while we wrap this interview up, what would be the last bits of information, whether it be good, whether it be bad for Argentina? Would this be a good place where you would say from a rookie player to an experienced player? What would be some of the last bits of pros and cons that you would recommend for someone watching this interview?
So I think it's good for all, and I'll give you both spectrums. So if you're a rookie player and you're trying to get on, you're going to have to produce. So it's not like one of them things where if you're scoring 4 or 5 points, you're on that bird. So you're going to have to produce. But when you get established, they will take care of you, meaning like you're a brand name, and they will take care of you. And even toward the end of your career, when you toward the end of your career, say you play, as long as you're still producing, they may transition you to a coach if that's what you want to do, or they'll give you minutes off the bench. You can become a local player or something like that if you want to get nationalized. But it's a great city and a great country. They will take care of you. As long as you're producing and as long as you're winning. So if you take care of them, you do your job, they will take care of you.
Outstanding. Jay, thank you for your insight. What's the best way for someone to reach out to if they want to ask you a few questions?
Yeah, so just reach out to me at Jamar Warren, JAMAHR, Warren, WARREN. You can hit me up on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all social media platforms. Just send me a DM and I'll give you some more information on this country.
Awesome. Yeah, we can find this recording on the Euro Hoop Life YouTube channel. Just subscribe to it, and you'll find his interview. Thanks, Jay.
I appreciate it, my man.
Yep.